History whispers of strange illnesses, afflictions that baffled physicians for centuries. The human body, for all its complexity, can be vulnerable to the most peculiar of malfunctions. These are the bizarre diseases, the ones that seem ripped from the pages of science fiction, turning our understanding of biology on its head. Imagine a world before the microscope, before the intricate dance of DNA was understood. Diseases were often shrouded in superstition, blamed on curses or the wrath of gods. But as science advanced, we began to peel back the layers of mystery. We developed tools to peer into the microscopic world, to analyze the very building blocks of life. The discovery of bizarre diseases often starts with a single case, an anomaly that defies explanation. A doctor encounters a patient with a constellation of symptoms never seen before. This sparks curiosity, a thirst for knowledge, a desire to understand the mechanisms at play. The journey from observation to understanding is rarely straightforward. It requires meticulous documentation, careful analysis, and often collaboration across disciplines. It's a process of piecing together a puzzle, one clue at a time, until a clearer picture emerges. Fibrodysplasia, ossificans progressiva or FOP, is one such bizarre disease that has confounded the medical community for centuries. Its name, though a mouthful, hints at its debilitating nature. Fibro refers to fibrous tissues, dysplasia to abnormal growth, ossificans to bone formation, and progressiva to its relentless march. Imagine a disease that gradually imprisons you within your own body, turning muscles, tendons, and ligaments into solid bone. This is the grim reality of FOP, a rare genetic disorder that affects approximately 1 in 2 million people worldwide. Children born with FOP appear normal at birth, but within a few years, the telltale signs begin to emerge. The first noticeable symptom is often the abnormal growth of the big toe, a subtle clue to the devastating transformation taking place within. This is followed by the appearance of painful tumor-like swellings, often mistaken for cancer. These swellings, however, are not cancerous, but rather the first signs of the body waging war against itself. As the disease progresses, these swellings transform into sheets of bone, gradually encasing muscles and restricting movement. It's a slow and agonizing process, like a sculptor molding a statue from the inside out, but instead of clay, it's the body's own tissues that are being used. FOP doesn't follow a predictable path. Its progression is sporadic, often triggered by seemingly innocuous events like falls, bumps, or even vaccinations. This unpredictability adds another layer of complexity to an already devastating disease. Each flare-up brings with it the potential for new bone growth, further limiting mobility and independence. Imagine waking up one day to find that you can no longer bend your arm, or that your jaw has locked shut. This is the cruel reality of an FOP flare-up. The body, instead of healing, reacts by creating more bone, gradually encasing the affected area in a prison of its own making. As the disease advances, individuals with FOP experience a gradual loss of mobility. What starts with difficulty moving a single joint can progress to an inability to walk, eat, or even breathe. The skeletal system, meant to provide structure and support, becomes a cage, trapping the individual within their own body. The emotional and psychological toll of FOP is immeasurable. The constant fear of the next flare-up, the loss of independence, the inability to experience the world with the same freedom as others, all take their toll. Living with FOP is a constant battle against limitations. Simple tasks that most people take for granted, like brushing their teeth, dressing themselves, or even eating, become monumental challenges. The need for adaptive equipment grows as the disease progresses, and even then, maintaining a semblance of independence requires extraordinary resilience. Families of individuals with FOP face unique challenges as well. They become caregivers, advocates, and sources of unwavering support. They learn to navigate a world that is often ill-equipped to accommodate the needs of those with rare diseases. They fight for access to specialized medical care, for understanding from educators and employers, and for inclusion in a society that doesn't always embrace difference. Imagine the heartbreak of watching a child slowly lose their ability to play, to run, to embrace life with the boundless energy of youth. This is the daily reality. for parents of children with FOP. Despite the immense challenges, individuals with FOP often display incredible strength, resilience, and a zest for life that belies their physical limitations. They find creative ways to adapt, to pursue their passions, and to live their lives to the fullest. They are artists, musicians, writers, and advocates, using their voices to raise awareness about FOP and to inspire others facing adversity. For years, the cause of FOP remained a medical mystery. It wasn't until the early 21st century that scientists finally pinpointed the genetic culprit, a single mutation in a gene called ACVR1. This gene plays a crucial role in the body's bone morphogenetic protein pathway, which regulates bone and muscle development. The ACVR1 gene provides instructions for making a protein called activin receptor type 1. This protein is like a switch on the surface of cells that, when activated by BMPs, triggers a cascade of signals instructing cells to differentiate and form bone. The mutation responsible for FOP causes this switch to malfunction. It's like the switch gets stuck in the on position, leading to the overactivation of the BMP pathway and the inappropriate formation of bone and tissues where it shouldn't be. This discovery marked a turning point in our understanding of FOP. For the first time, scientists had a target for potential therapies, a glimmer of hope in the fight against this devastating disease. The process by which a single gene mutation leads to the profound skeletal changes seen in FOP is complex and still not fully understood. It involves a delicate interplay of genetic predisposition, environmental triggers, and the body's own inflammatory response. When a person with FOP experiences an injury, their body reacts differently than someone without the mutation. Instead of initiating a typical healing response, the mutated ACVR1 protein goes into overdrive. The on switch gets stuck, flooding the injured area with signals to produce bone. Imagine a construction crew receiving erroneous blueprints, mistaking muscle tissue for bone. This analogy, while simplistic, illustrates the fundamental error in cellular communication that occurs in FOP. The body's own repair mechanisms, designed to heal and restore, become agents of destruction, gradually transforming muscles and connective tissues into rigid, immobile bone. This process, known as heterotopic ossification, is the hallmark of FOP. It's a tragic example of the body betraying itself, turning its own defenses against itself. A rare and silent threat, the difficulty of diagnosing FOP. The rarity of FOP, coupled with its often subtle early symptoms, makes diagnosing this disease a significant challenge. Many healthcare professionals are unfamiliar with the condition, leading to misdiagnoses and delays in treatment. Precious time is lost, time that could be used to manage symptoms and improve quality of life. Misdiagnosis is common, with FOP often mistaken for other conditions that cause soft tissue swelling, such as cancer or aggressive fibromatosis. This can lead to unnecessary and potentially harmful biopsies, which can paradoxically trigger further bone growth in individuals with FOP. Raising awareness among healthcare providers about the characteristic features of FOP, particularly the malformation of the big toe, is crucial for early diagnosis. Genetic testing is the gold standard for confirming a diagnosis, providing definitive proof of the ACVR1 gene mutation. Early diagnosis is essential for several reasons. It allows for proper patient education and genetic counseling. It helps families understand the progressive nature of the disease and the importance of avoiding triggers that can accelerate bone growth. Living with FOP, a testament to human resilience. Despite the immense physical and emotional challenges, individuals with FOP demonstrate remarkable resilience. They adapt to their changing bodies, finding creative ways to navigate a world not designed for their needs. They are artists, musicians, writers, and advocates, using their voices to raise awareness and inspire others. Their stories are a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, hope and joy can flourish. They challenge our perceptions of what it means to live a full and meaningful life, proving that limitations are self-defined and that the human spirit can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. Their families, too, display extraordinary strength and dedication. They become caregivers, advocates and sources of unwavering support, navigating the complexities of this rare disease with love and determination. The search for a cure, ongoing research and treatment options. The discovery of the ACVR1 mutation ignited a spark of hope in the fight against FOP. Researchers around the world are working tirelessly to develop therapies that can target this genetic defect, aiming to slow or even halt the progression of the disease. Several promising avenues of research are currently being explored. One approach involves developing drugs that can block the activity of the overactive ACVR1 protein, essentially trying to unstick the faulty switch. These small molecule inhibitors have shown some promise in preclinical studies, offering a glimmer of hope for a future where FOP progression can be controlled. Another area of research focuses on understanding the triggers that initiate the bone formation process in FOP. By identifying these triggers, scientists hope to develop strategies to prevent or minimize flare-ups, preserving mobility and improving quality of life for individuals with FOP. While a cure for FOP remains elusive, the ongoing research offers a beacon of hope for the future. Until then, treatment focuses on managing symptoms, preventing complications, and improving quality of life. This includes pain management, physical and occupational therapy to maintain range of motion, and psychological support to help individuals and families cope with the emotional and social challenges of living with FOP. An ode to courage, the unwavering spirit of FOP warriors. In the annals of medicine, FOP stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of the human body and the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. It is a disease that pushes the boundaries of our understanding, challenging us to unravel its mysteries and find ways to alleviate the suffering it causes. To those living with a FOP, you are the true warriors, facing each day with courage, determination, and an unwavering spirit. Your stories inspire us to push the boundaries of medical research, to never give up hope, and to strive for a future where FOP no longer holds you captive. As we continue to delve deeper into the intricacies of this disease, we honor the strength and resilience of those living with a FOP. They are the driving force behind the ongoing research, the reason we continue to search for answers, and the inspiration that fuels our hope for a future free from FOP.